towards the end of the book of Acts, we find this really funny story. Well, at least I find it really funny. It's in Acts 28. And basically what has happened this far in the story is that Paul has been going around preaching the gospel, and he gets imprisoned, and he gets actually shipwrecked on this small island called Malta. And the people of Malta welcome the people that have been shipwrecked, and they start to build a fire. And as Paul is going and gathering wood for this fire, he gets bit by a snake. And, the people of Malta look at Paul and they're like, what kind of evil guy is Paul that God is punishing him like this? He gets imprisoned, then shipwrecked, then bit by a snake. And they actually think that he's a murderer or, some sort of evil guy. And what's so funny is that a little bit afterwards, they're sort of watching Paul and seeing, is he going to react to the snake bite? Is he going to get sick? Is he going to die? And Paul actually doesn't end up facing any symptoms or effects of the snake bite. And the people of Malta turn around and start to say, wow, maybe Paul is a god, that he's not reacting to the snake bite. And the funny thing about that to me is that in such a short space of time, their opinion of who Paul was changed. First they thought he was a murderer, and then they start to think that he's maybe a god. And, the funny thing or the challenging thing for me rather from this story is that I find it so easy today to live for the opinion of man. But the dangerous thing about that is that, people's opinions of us can change on a whim, on the flip of a coin. And so what we find from Paul's life in this situation, we don't see any response from Paul, but what we see from his life is that he was someone who lived according to the will and to the plan of God. He didn't really worry about what everyone else thought about him, but he worried about what God thought of him. And that was the most important thing to him. And I hope that becomes the most important thing for you as well.